Hi there, this is Ruth from Geek Mummy, and this is a special message for Karen at Cafe Bebe, who's kicked the ball off this week talking about toddler tantrums. Karen, I was really sorry to hear you'd had a rough time with little Miss this week, and I wanted to just take some time to record some thoughts for you on our experiences with the Geek daughter and what we do to handle those kind of situations. The Geek daughter's a little bit older than Little Miss. She's now 3.5, and we've never really had a full-on biting, kicking, screaming kind of a tantrum with her. She's a bit more of a drama queen, so we tend to find that in a situation where she's not happy, where she can't handle her emotions, we just get floods of tears and inconsolable screaming type of sobbing. What we've learned is, in our case, prevention is better than cure. We very quickly picked up on the things that were likely to trigger that kind of reaction in the Geek daughter, and what we try and do is manage those situations and try to avoid the tantrum ever actually happening. So the big ones for her are really when we're stopping doing an activity that she's really enjoyed, or if we're shopping and she sees something that she really wants. The shopping one is not so serious, and I tend to manage that by just trying to avoid the toy aisle in supermarkets. Leaving places is a big one, and I think that's the one that you had with Little Miss this week as well. Definitely try and give a countdown before you actually leave. That's one of the things that works for us. A 10-minute warning, a 5-minute warning, a 1-minute warning, and then a right, we're going. We also try and give our daughter something to look forward to. You know, what's the next thing we're going to be doing? Let's go home and see what Daddy's been doing. Let's go home and have some lunch. You know, let's go home and watch some television or whatever. And if that doesn't work, then I'm not averse to a little bit of bribery and corruption. You know, if you're a good girl and you come now quickly, you can play with my iPad in the car on the way home. You know, all those kind of things. Just basically trying to acknowledge that we're going through a situation where there might be a tantrum and trying to find ways of staving it off. What we found, if we do get to the tantrum stage, is if we're in a public place, either myself or my husband will try and remove our daughter from the situation. So we have had family meals out in the local pub where she's ended up sat in the car for most of the meal, and one or other of us has been stood outside just making sure she's okay, but kind of leaving her to it. We try and allow her time to calm down, and obviously we need to have time to calm down. So if you're somewhere where it's safe to leave her, obviously keep an eye on her, but step away to let her try and calm herself down. Great. Otherwise, you know, the car or the pushchair or somewhere just to try and get her out of the way. We certainly use warnings, and we certainly are prepared to carry out threats. So, you know, and we are quite prepared to say, if you don't calm down and behave yourself, we're going home now, and we would carry through on that. We've never actually had to do that one yet, but I would do that. And I would also say, you know, it's no fun to anyone to be wandering around a supermarket or out for a meal with a tantruming toddler. If they can't calm down, then I would take them home, just try and remove them again from the situation. A couple of other notes I just wanted to add. You never ever want to reinforce the message that having a tantrum has got her what she wants. So certainly, you know, my husband and I would never give in to the Geek daughter if she was having a tantrum about something. But I'd also say that sometimes just getting your attention can be a reward. So that's why I would say, if you can, withdraw yourself, make sure that she's still safe, but withdraw yourself. And our key message, the one that we live for, is don't ever give in. We will always win. And you go through a sort of painful time, you know, when about the sort of age that Little Miss is now, when kids start testing boundaries and they start working out if you're really serious when you say these things. And it does get better. They do get the message. We still get some bad behaviour from the Geek daughter, but nowhere near as much. And she really knows if we start making threats, we're going to carry them out, and she'd better do as she's told. So I hope some of that might be useful to you. Obviously, every child is different. I can't promise that what works for us will work for you, but I just wanted to share some of my stuff for you. Take care.